guys, welcome to the Starseed Healing Temple. I know it has been a minute since I've done a reading for you all, and I apologize. I had a family emergency. One of my siblings was in a severe car accident, and they requiring them to be hospitalized for almost 2 weeks. And it has been a very big roller coaster ride, I'm going to tell you that. But it has also brought about a lot of healing within our family. So I do want to let you all know that there is always hope, and to never give up, and to know your worth and know your value, and keep upholding those boundaries. But there is always hope, and it has brought, like I said, a lot of healing and rekindling of relationships within the family. So I'm very grateful and thankful for that. All right, so for today's reading, you guys, I wanted to tap into the Lionsgate portal and see what messages want to come through, if there's any guidance, any alignments, any kind of encouragement on the path ahead. We have 3 pile choices for you all to choose from, and for pile number 1, we have the frog, and that one was paired with a black sunstone. Very pretty crystal. Okay, and for pile number 2, we have the phoenix. Nice, and that one is with the citrine crystal. Alright, and for pile number 3, we have the field mouse with the tiger eye. Very interesting. Okay. Alright, you guys, these are going to be the pile choices today. I'm a little rusty. Even though it's only been 2 weeks, it's still, you know, sometimes it takes that initial reboot, restart to get the ball rolling again, to find my rhythm here. The timestamps are going to be located in the description box below, and I'll see you all at your readings. Welcome to your reading, pile number 1. You were drawn to the frog card with the black sunstone. And your card says, stepping into your power. Don't take a back seat in your story. It's time to step up. And you know what's really neat is this is a black sunstone. So when I was reading your card, I feel like you are usually somebody who just you know, watches and observes. Maybe you sit on the sidelines, you know, just kind of watching all the action from, you know, the bench, having a hard time maybe speaking up or taking action, just not knowing when to make your move. So sometimes that can paralyze you, because you can be in that place of, you know, an indecision. So if you have been in that place, now is time for you to make that move, to step up, to take that leap of faith, jump into your power, you know, move out of the shadows and into the light here. We also have the frog, and the frogs, you know, they start out in one element, you know, in the water, and then the end of their journey ends up on land. But they always return to the water. You know, they need that lubrication. So I feel like this is very much about balance as well, since we have the moon and the sun represented by this card here, and we also have the water and the air element as well. So a blend of masculine and feminine energies, and making sure that you stay balanced, knowing when to take that first step, when to move and act, but also knowing when to rest, replenish, and listen. Alright, let's get a couple oracle cards, and then we'll get a couple tarot just to answer any more questions we have later on in your reading. Stepping into your power. Okay, take care of it. Let's get some of these. Pile number 1. What is their Lionsgate energies? What's coming in for them? One more thing here. pulled a few decks. I'm just going to choose which ones are speaking to me for each reading here. Feeling this one. Pile number 1. Their Lionsgate messages. Alright, let's go with these. We'll pull some more as we go. We have Healer of the Ages. Ooh, nice. Look at that heart activation in heart and mind. Very nice. The balance, the masculine and feminine. Both palms are turned upwards. Receiving. We have 6. Yes. Okay. Stepping into your power. Healer of the Ages. 22 yin and yang. Look at this. Confirmation about the balance coming through here. We have card number 22. 22 is a master healer number about balance, harmony, stepping into the right path, partnership, positive thinking. Let's see. Let's get you guys over. Ooh. Okay, yes, we have this balance being restored, healing coming in on the path. Like you've been doing a lot of work, yes. Okay, so if you've been in your cleansing era, doing your shadow work, healing, been on that healing journey, you're now stepping onto the path of being healed, of restoring that balance, trusting your intuition, knowing when to step forward or when to begin, when to create, when you're inspired, and knowing when it's time to rest and replenish and, you know, return to the water, return to the Divine Mother to be nurtured or to receive guidance, further guidance on the path. Now look at this new awareness, new passion, new ideas are going to be coming in. Maybe you've been waiting on an idea to come through and something's going to, either you've already received the idea or you're going to be receiving a download, something that's going to come in that's going to spark a light or encourage you to move forward, to take that leap of faith or to take action on this idea or this passion. We have Magician and the Mirror. Ooh, look again, we have the balance coming through. Palms wide open. I feel like there's going to be a manifestation, something that you've been focusing on, something that's near and dear to your heart. Knowing, yeah. Very wise old soul here. We have the broken heart. And look, the heart is healed. So some of you you've been doing a lot of healing work. I felt that coming through, doing a lot of shadow work. And this is a beautiful healing here. You've been able to identify certain truths or certain illusions, belief systems that may have been blocking your forward movement here. And I feel like right now you guys are being so guided and you've healed a lot of heart wounds. You are divinely protected. You're able to see the truth now. And it's a new cycle, a new beginning where you feel more balanced, more whole, more complete. Oh, we have the heart chakra coming through, the healed heart. You've freed yourself from some old emotional wounds, pile number 1. And now the light is coming in. You're being restored. Oh, that's beautiful. We have Kundalini rising. Nice. Look at that, the foundation here. There's this blooming of the roots. Some of you may have been, yeah, you may have also, at the beginning of, in the introduction, I was talking about healing some family wounds and everything, and things coming full circle here, and always have faith, and always believe and trust, know that you're being guided. Cover her up just in case. And we have something, we have this little serpent who's moving up the spine here, and there's this focus on voice, so being your authentic self, staying true to your heart, staying true to who you are. You know how to nurture yourself now, you know how to heal yourself, how to comfort yourself, how to discern truth. That beautiful balance of the masculine and feminine energies. We have the ladybug with good luck. You are a bright energy. Let worry go and be happy here and now. Feel good about being a loving and colorful you. You bless the world with color and good luck. Ooh, beautiful. Again, about being authentic to yourself. You are a bright light. You bless others with a lot of love. You make other people feel good because you have this healer energy. You've done the work with yourself, and now you're able to help give that faith, give that wisdom to help others. You know, and ladybugs, they bring good luck. So you inspire others wherever you go. Your energy, you have this energy of things always working out for you. You know, even though it's been hard and you have done the work, and it appears to others that it has been easy, but it has not been easy. You have done so much work on yourself, and it's time for you to rise up, to be seen, to be acknowledged, to shine your light, to share your wisdom with others. We have this beautiful rebirth that's taking place here. You're stepping into your power. Keep going, pile number one. We have the hummingbird, beautiful with miracles. You are the joy bringer. You bless the world with positivity and love. Energy soars on your shining wings. Spread the miracle of happiness. Look at that. See, that's more confirmation. You are the light. You are a healer. You are the alchemist. You bring wisdom with you. You bring good luck with you. You bring that balance, that peaceful, calming energy. Like I said, you're able to heal wounds. You're able to give other people perspective shifts. You help them. You help shine that light in the darkness. You help others step out of their shadow and to heal their wounds and to come back into their heart space. Oh, and you have charity, pillar of service. Nice. Serve with a gracious heart and know that God is serving you. Beautiful. Yes, you're here to bring that healing energy. That is your work. You know, you are here to be in service. I love that we have the pillar of service and charity right here. And we have the magician in the mirror, arms turned up. The healer of the ages, arms turned up, you know, and there's this light, this guiding light that's guiding you. You're able to balance the giving and receiving. You know when to take action and when to listen to the guidance that's coming from the divine and to take action following that intuition. You bring miracles, you bring light, you bring healing everywhere you go. You help others to ascend and to awaken just by being in your presence, just by others encountering your energetic field, because you bring such positivity, you bring such insight and wisdom, but you help other people heal their heart chakra. You give them hope, you give them faith, you give them inspiration. Okay, let's see. Let's get one of these here. Charity. Ooh. What is she the divine counterpart to? Ooh, and we had Melchizedek, divine knowledge, higher learning, commit to your vision through study. Okay. So some of you are being asked to, keep practicing, keep using and following your intuition to the guidance that's coming in to your energy. Some of you may be receiving downloads, divine inspiration through this Lionsgate portal here. Yeah, you'll be being guided when to act, or perhaps you're going to be receiving a download about your divine purpose, like what you're here to do, what your mission is. After healing these karmic wounds, now what is the new contract? There we go. You've healed some old wounds. It's time to step into your power, into this new path, and you're going to be receiving your mission here. How to use your powers, how to use your healing gifts, how to use your wisdom and share them with others. That's going to be coming in, and you're being asked to practice them and to keep working, to keep shining that light. Let's see, let's get one of these. Maybe this will give us some more insight. Pile number 1. How will they be using these gifts? We have the ear chakra. Notice messages that appear as sounds, music, and words from both external sources and within your mind. These messages are real answers to your prayers, okay? So again, just confirmation, some of you may be receiving that download through clear audience, perhaps in your sleep, perhaps through listening to the music in the car. Maybe you'll hear something in a tarot reading. Something's going to inspire you. You're going to receive a message, some kind of download that's going to come in. And it's going to be the answer that you've been looking for. So if you've been asking, what is my purpose? What is my mission? You're about to receive that pile number 3, because you're now at a place of balance and healing, but you're ready to receive it now. You're in an alignment with it. You are a powerful light worker. Look at that, the divine feminine. This looks like Mary. We have, it is safe for you to be powerful. Your spiritual power brings great blessings and loving service to the divine. Okay, so some of you have a strong connection to Jesus, Yeshua, the Melchizedek order, which Jesus was a part of, along with Mary. So you have a strong connection to that group of ascended masters. So you're more than likely going to be working with them. They are healers of the heart chakra and restoring that Christ consciousness. I'm pretty sure this is part of your mission, is to anchor in that Christ consciousness, restoring the balance of the divine feminine and the divine masculine here on the planet, so that we are more heart-based, where we can be bringers of miracles, where we can heal this planet and be more unified with one another and with ourselves. We have past life issue. The situation has a basis in one of your previous lifetimes. Ask your angels to help you remember, to release, to learn, and to heal from your past experiences. Okay, so some of you, these energies that you have been working through, this is who you are. This is part of your mission. You've come here to bring healing and to restore balance. And you've incarnated many lifetimes bringing this energy in, bringing this Christ consciousness energy to the planet, restoring the balance. You've been doing this for many lifetimes, healer of the ages. This has been your constant service. It's something that you may already know, that it has always been with you on the path. It has always been part of your mission. And I feel like now you are getting an upgrade. I feel like you're getting access to more of your spiritual gifts, more downloads, more wisdom coming in, more contracts for you, more things for you to bring about, you know, that healing energy to others. So like a complete upgrade in your frequency so that you can be a bringer of miracles and of light and love and healing and perception into others' lives. Does that make sense? Okay, let's see. Is there... Let's try one of these angel cards. Let's get one of these for y'all. Let's do the tarot first. Could I pull out tarot? Alright. How can we utilize these gifts here? We have the Temperance, right? Balance. You're very good at that balancing there. And we have the Ten of Pentacles. Very nice. Look at that strong foundation. Yeah, your foundation is very balanced. You know when to give. You know how to secure healthy relationships, how to secure finances. This is, you know, stability built over a long dedicated, you know, what is it called? What is the word? Commitment. You know, you're not afraid of being committed. I feel like you're a very determined person, and that has been something that you have worked your entire life on, is to find the balance, you know, to restore this balance. Whether you realize it or not, it has been with you for many, many lifetimes. And you're here to secure this solid foundation for further. It's like your legacy. Your legacy, you're known as somebody who brings balance. And you will be known. You're bringing that healing into your family tree. Oh, look, and we have the Six of Cups. This is past life. This is also healing to your inner child, where you can look back and take the lessons of the past. Oh, when you have the Empress, that is so beautiful. So much healing. You've done so much healing work. Healing, the work that you've been doing in this lifetime here it's been what you've been working on through each incarnation, through each version of yourself. You've been alchemizing and shifting out of the shadows and restoring light. Going into the shadows and restoring light. What is hidden in the shadow? What am I not seeing? What do I need to learn so that I can elevate this consciousness and bring it to a more awakened state, so I'm not unconsciously creating? And you've been shining that light, constantly going back and bringing your love, bringing your heart into those situations, and you've brought so much healing to yourself and to the world, because the work that we do on ourselves is our gift, is our service to the light. Every wound that we heal within ourselves restores the light here on the planet, and it just anchors in more love, more perception, more healing, more spiritual connection. It brings us closer to our divine selves and reconnects us and restores us back to the divine. And that has been your mission, your constant mission. And so I suppose for you, pile number 1, you are receiving further activations and maybe more guidance. I feel like there's something else about to be activated here. This is who you've always been and the mission that you always sign up for. So you're going to be receiving more miracles in your life. Just be prepared for good luck, for divine inspiration, an increase in your frequency, which means that the people that are drawn to you will be people who match your vibration. I feel like because you've done so much work and now you're stepping up and it's time to reclaim like your blessings, the return for all of that work. It's your time to receive now, to receive the blessings, to receive the wisdom from everything that you've done. You've been in the darkness for so long, you've been alchemizing so much that now the lights come in. You've cleared so much out that the light is shining on you, and you are being recognized, you are being seen for everything that you have contributed to helping Mother Gaia, to helping the human collective, to helping, you know, your brothers and sisters, and you are being acknowledged. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna have to take some more because I don't want to end on this card. It says tensions are building and conflict may emerge, but avoid escalating the situation and seek peaceful resolutions. Your response will determine whether this becomes a moment of division or a path to growth. See, I feel like this is who you are. You bring truth. You shatter illusion when there is discordant energies. You bring peace. You bring the balance. You bring awareness and understanding so that both sides can release what they're holding on to, so that they can be more empathetic and find resolution versus conflict. You restore balance. We have reflection. The energy that you project into the world is mirrored back to you through the people and the situations that you attract. Shift your vibration to draw in what resonates with your highest self. See, and you're very good at discerning truth. You're very good at you know that the world around you is a reflection of your internal world. And you take time to understand the discordant energies. Why is there conflict? What needs are not being met, so that we can understand and we can compromise so that everyone's needs are being met. It's not just, you know, I versus you, it's we. How can I be happy if there's somebody else suffering? You know, and we shouldn't. We shouldn't feel okay with that. And most of us don't and can't. And that's why you're here, pile number 3. We have attachment. Unhealthy attachments may be hindering your growth and dimming your light. It's time to let go of stagnant energies and release what no longer honors your evolution. Okay, so we have now attachment coming out with conflict, reflection, and attachment. There may be something, pile number 3, that you are holding on to, or maybe there's some indecision and you're afraid of what choice to make. And it could be because there's something that no longer honors your growth, this path forward. There's something that needs to be let go of, cords that need to be cut, so that you can rise up, and which is always the case typically. We have each level of on the ascension path where we're learning to release old thoughts, old versions of ourselves, old narratives, old stories that we created to serve in the moment because we didn't have all the information. So we just assign a truth or a belief system to that issue or to that challenge or that trauma. We have to logically rationalize it in some way. And when it comes up for healing, that is our moment, our opportunity to reflect on that situation, to detach from it, to see what story did I tell myself to get through that moment, and to discern and to bring truth, to bring love, to bring validation and healing to those moments so that we can evolve and grow, so that we're no longer in conflict with that version of ourselves, and we come to a place of acceptance and healing and forward movement on the path, so that we can align those old versions of ourselves to be more centered, to be more present and in the moment. So if there are, I feel like you are somebody who can help people to reflect and to heal. That's part of your mission, is to help others to let go of old versions of themselves and old stories so that they can evolve and they can grow and tap into their own wisdom. And this is how we connect to our higher self. You know, you are the world bridger. Whew, okay. All right, you guys, so this is the energies, the information that's coming through this Lionsgate portal, a remembrance of who you are, of your mission, why you came here, the path that you are on, and the path ahead. You are going to be shining so much light everywhere you go because of the work that you've done on yourself. You're going to be bringing miracles, restoring hope, restoring balance with your wisdom. You are a light worker. This is part of your many, many incarnations. This isn't your first time around. You know what you're doing, whether you recognize it or not. And yes, you are here to bring that light and to restore the balance. Pile number 2. Pile number 1. All right, you guys, these were your messages. Thank you all so much for being here on the channel with me today. I'm sending you lots of love. If you like my readings, please like and subscribe to my channel. Comment below if you feel like sharing your story, or just let me know how this reading resonated with you. Hope to have you here in future readings. Y'all take care and have a blessed day. Hi, pile number 2. Welcome to your reading. You were drawn to the Phoenix card with the Citrine crystal. And your card says Empower. Fire activations bring creative and spiritual freedom. Ooh. Okay, some of you have been doing a lot of work, a lot of healing work. You are going through the process of rebirth. You are being empowered. A lot of light activations coming in. I feel like you're going to be feeling very, very amped in this new beginning because you have freed yourself from something. This is beautiful transformation coming through for you guys. The phoenix rising from the ashes. You're transforming your life. You're going through a process of transformation. Those are not always very pleasant. And if you're going through a very hard time, I'm sending you lots of support and a lot of strength, because it is not easy sometimes when we have to go through the process of those tower moments where things have to, you know, come to an end before that new beginning. And so sometimes it can be a little chaotic and a little unsettling because we don't know, you know, what the path ahead looks like, right? So there has to be this complete trust fall. So, but I feel like you are going to be receiving a lot of inspiration through this release, through this freeing up of energy. All right, so let's see what's coming through this lion gate for you, pile number 2. Messages for pile number 2. Guys, all right, let's start with these. We have door to personal healing and happiness. Look at the beautiful rainbow coming in. The doors are open. We have this beautiful lush little pond here in the picture here. So a lot of healing coming in for you. Yeah, spiritual healing. We have card number 34. Spiritual wisdom, a lot of determination. You've been putting in the work. Pile number 2. Doors are opening up. I love that. And we have strategy. And it says journal and joy. Yes. Number 3, creativity, strategy, an idea. What else we have? We have a door to romance. Card number 33. So we have 333. Let me check my angel book here. We have, you are completely surrounded, protected, loved, and guided by the benevolent ascended masters. 3s are about partnership, not partnership, divine feminine, abundance, expansion, knowing your worth. We have door to romance. So key. There's a key up here that's unlocking this heart in this picture there. Something is going to set you free. Yes, you have freed yourself from some heart pain, something in the emotional body, I feel like, and it could be that you freed yourself from a particular wound involving like your inner child, something to do with your confidence and the way that you shine your light or the way that you express yourself. Look at all those hearts that are fluttering in the air, the way that you see yourself, the way that you allow yourself to be loved. Ooh. We have the awakened Aphrodite with 21, another 3. So we have 3, 3, 3, 3, and then we have a 7. Ooh, yes, healing of the divine feminine energy. Look at all this water, this purification, this love that's coming in, this nurturing energy coming in here. Yeah, I feel like you have been on that healing journey, the self-love journey, learning to love yourself, freeing yourself from any types of, pain, things that have been holding you back, things that have made you feel like, you were trapped emotions. Bring yourselves from these old emotions, finding more peace within. Perhaps you've been journaling, writing things down, releasing them, letting them go, having those hard conversations with yourself, and bringing that beautiful healing, that transformational energy. And we have Aphrodite, she's the goddess of love and beauty, right? The divine feminine, and listening to the wisdom of the divine feminine here. We have Sea Otter with happiness. Be the master of playful living. Release expectations and enjoy every day. Let worry go and instead choose love. Surrender to the waves. Your good destiny of love is sure. You see that? Her arms are open. She's holding her womb space here, her divine feminine. Her arms are open. She's ready to receive all the love. She's ready to receive the blessings, the joy, the happiness that she deserves, that you deserve. And sea otters, they mate for life. And we have the puffins here too, and they as well mate for life, So some of you have been maybe wanting that happy family, and it's been a struggle for you. We have Hawk with Messenger. Spirit is sending you messages. Open your greater vision to see the signs. Focus on priorities and eliminate distractions. You have a bright future. Let yourself ascend to new heights. Ooh, beautiful. Okay, so yeah, with the hawk coming through, this is the way, that vision. They have a higher, sharp vision. And I feel like that's what's healed. Your perception of yourself, or the perception of your worth. You are learning to love yourself and to know that you are worthy of love, that you are worthy to receive, that you are beautiful, that you are handsome, that you are the divine incarnate, and that you deserve to be treated with respect, with appreciation, with unconditional love, with you know, all the feel-goods of what a relationship should be. A relationship shouldn't tear you down, and it shouldn't be where one person is always giving and nurturing and understanding and compromising, and the other one is just all very much self-involved. You know, a healthy relationship is balanced in the giving and the receiving. They're honest, they're loyal, they're committed, they're determined. They don't want you to be in suffering. They care about your needs being met as well as their own, and they're willing to, you know, work and compromise and build a stronger, solid foundation because they honor and they value you and respect you. And the more that we learn to love ourselves, and the more we give ourselves that love and that nurturing confidence, and we speak to ourselves with these kind words and these affirmations of love, we attract people who see our worth and our value based on the way that we see our worth and our value. Ooh, and we have the owl, so you have the hawk and the owl. Choose to know the truth because you can. Open your inner vision. You can see through deception. Let the past go and make room for a better life. Rise up. Magic and wisdom are your birthright. See, with the owl, they're able to see truth. You're able to discern between somebody who is manipulative. You're able to discern somebody who's authentic in the way that they express themselves, or the way that they share, you know, their heart with you. And this is your reminder, you know, not to see things through those rose-colored glasses, right? And the reason why they call them rose-colored is because we see through our heart. And sometimes if we only see through our heart, we can get hurt. People take advantage and they manipulate because they know you're deeply loving and you're empathetic and you have compassion. But you've been down that road, and that just gets your heart broken. And it makes you want to lock it up and throw away the key and not allow anybody access to those parts of you anymore. But that's not fair to you. And so now I feel like you've learned to protect your heart, to see and discern through truth, because you've been through those hard relationships that are not nurturing, they're not loving, they're not balanced, they're not your true partner. And so because you've been through that, your red flags, your alarms will go off. Your intuition will tell you this person's lying. They don't mean that. Their apologies are just words. They don't truly change. Their actions, they just keep repeating. You know, you've been through that, so you know what that looks like. So you can discern. You have more wisdom, more discernment, and more ways to protect your heart from having to go through those experiences again. And this is honoring your feelings and being comfortable setting those boundaries for yourself. You know, it's empowering yourself to say no and to walk away and to discern, to be more discerning who's worthy of your heart, you know, who's worthy of your time, who's worthy of that love and receiving your love. And to hold your love as high worth and high value. You deserve more, you know, and this is your strategy here, is being able to discern truth and lies and what truly feels like love to you, what feels like comfort, what feels like home, who makes you feel like family. Those are the energies that you're searching for, and that you are saying, this is what I desire, this is what I want, this is what I deserve in my relationships. And now use that wisdom and apply that wisdom, and not to ignore your intuition and those red flags. And we have keys on a ring with one night stand. Yeah. Many options, decisions, string along. Yeah. See, and again, we have the key here. You hold the key to your heart, and you have to be more discerning of who deserves your key, you know, who deserves the key to your heart, right? And it can't just be anyone and everyone, right? You have to discern who's worthy to put yourself on that throne of worth and value. You know, not that you're untouchable, but who's coming at you with their heart on their sleeve, who's willing to get down and do the dirty work, you know, who's willing to stand and and their truth, and to hear how they have hurt you, but then change their behavior, you know, come at you correctly with respect and honor and validation and true authentic apologies. You know, you can discern, you know the lies now, so you'll be able to discern the lies by shining your light, by seeing the truth of the situation and not putting those blinders on, and seeing what you want to see, what you hope to see, because that's living on potential, and you've already done that. We are all the divine, but most people are not acting out of their divine selves, or else the world wouldn't be in the state that it is right now, okay? If everybody was acting from their heart space, we would see so much healing and community and growth and balance and, you know, wealth distributed amongst everyone. That's just not the world we're living in currently. That's the world we're trying to evolve into, but it involves us first having a healthy relationship with ourselves and honoring our truths, and then creating those healthy, balanced relationships with others that are around us. You know, we begin to attract those same type of vibes. We have hope with authentic reclamation. It's time to call back all of the lost parts of yourself, you know, being true to yourself, being true to your heart and to your needs, and no longer ignoring your needs out of your love for somebody else, you know, because then if you teach them how to treat you, if you're just going to let them walk all over you and treat you like a doormat, they're going to be like, all right, this chick's easy, I can do whatever I want with her and still get everything that I want. And she's going to let me keep doing anything that I want, because all I got to do is give the victim story. Oh, this happened to me. Oh, but this. Oh, but that. And I just make it up an excuse, and they fall for it, you know. You deserve more than that. You're not looking for a one-night stand. You want somebody who sees you and who values you. And we have this authentic reclamation. I'm saying reclamation because that's how it's coming out in my mind. But this is claiming your power back. Taking your power back and claiming what you want and what you deserve, and setting those strong, healthy boundaries. You are not this old version anymore. This is the new you, where you've learned to love to yourself and to give to yourself. We have Joan of Arc with sacred activists. Do not be afraid. Stand up for your beliefs. That's what I'm saying. Set those healthy boundaries for yourself, because you deserve to be loved and to be seen. And we have their Hathor with light activation, acceleration, brilliance. Stand in your light. Yes. So we have this empowerment coming through, this light activation coming through. Know your worth, know your value, stand up for yourself, stand up for your heart and what you deserve. And don't settle for less than. And you can always, you know, kind of like test the waters a little bit. It doesn't mean like the first time you make a mistake, you're like off with their head. It's how do they treat you when there's a challenge, or when there's a disagreement? How do you handle each other's emotions? You know, how do you find the compromise? How do you learn to understand different points of view and move forward as a partnership versus just me versus you? It's how do we get our needs met? How do we come to a place of understanding and compromise? How do we move forward from this? Do we still want to, you know, be together as a couple, or are we ready to say, yeah, this is it, I don't really want a relationship if it's going to be like this, you know? It's being confident enough to know what your needs are, and if they're not being met, to be able to walk away and know that it's like, it's not something personal, it's just this person doesn't have that to give to you, because maybe they haven't learned how to give it to themselves, and so they can't give it to you if they don't have it to give, you know? And so it's being more discerning on who's allowed to have all of you. You can set those boundaries. Everybody doesn't need to have full access to all of you, you know? You have to be more discerning to that. Take your time, be slow. Don't be as, you know, quick to give it away, you know what I mean? Okay, let's see what this one says. We have If you get nervous, focus on service. Put your entire intention on answering the question, how can I make the world a better place? And the law of attraction will automatically take care of your needs, okay? So this is about ask and receive, okay? Ask to be guided. Ask where to do the work, where to put your love, where to put your focus, you know? Ask to receive, you know, a sign even, and be open to receiving that sign, you know, pay attention and listen. But this is also about trust that what you have asked for is on its way to you. But you have to open that door to receiving, you know, to knowing your worth, to knowing your value, and trusting that it's on its way. You know, if you've been in a place of like, where's my true love, you know, everybody that I keep meeting just takes advantage of me and doesn't really care about my heart or, you know, my real feelings. They just maybe want my body or think I look good, but they're not, you know, deep. And that's because I think the relationship that you have yourself, maybe this is the time that you need to get to know yourself on a deeper level so that you can know what your needs and your values are, you know? Where do you have a lack of esteem? Where do you allow people to treat you less than? And why? You know, those are our lessons. This is the deeper work that we all need to go and tap into, because there's so much power, there's so much wisdom in those areas that we have to be brave enough to enter into those areas of our life, into those memories. Let me get you some angel numbers, pile number 2. Okay, we have false light. Be discerning, for not everything that appears radiant is of true light. There are energies that mimic the divine, seeking to lead you astray. See, with this here, this is just confirmation that there are people, sometimes people just tell you anything because they think it's what you want to hear. You know, they glamour you with their words, and they're able to, you know, be very suave, maybe in the way that they talk and maneuver, but it's all just, you know, like a vampire who's trying to glamour you with their good looks and everything. It's just to give you that false sense of care, you know what I mean, that their intentions are good. They say all the right things, but their actions show you something different, you know. And be more discerning, pay attention to the truth, you know, because you've experienced this before. You've experienced somebody who can, you know, they got good swag, they're able to talk the talk, but they don't walk the walk, you know. And you deserve something better, and you're wanting something better. So let your heart be the guide. Be more discerning. Use your intuition. What else do we have? All right. So we've got confirmation with 2, 2, 2, 2. Okay, so you already had a lot of 3s. So we had 3, 3, 3, 3. And now we have 2, 2, 2, 2, and 2s are about partnership. We have your angels and the guides walk beside you, affirming that your energy is in resonance with your highest timeline. Trust that this moment is divinely placed, for you are exactly where you are meant to be, okay? Listen to your own intuition and guidance. You know, you may feel like, you know, nothing is moving, nothing is changing, and under the surface it may appear that way because the work has been done internally, and it takes time for that to be reflected in the world around us. So have faith, focus on the light, on your truth, on your heart, loving yourself, acknowledging where you have done the work, and allow things to align for you, because there is this alignment that's coming in. There is the door to romance that is opened up, and I feel like you're ready to receive now. We have empathy. Empathy does not excuse. It expands your vision to see as the divine sees. Listen from the heart, not the wound. and you will shift from judgment to understanding. Okay? This one's a good one about following your heart, right? Just because you have empathy for somebody, it doesn't mean that you're saying it's okay to treat me this way, okay? I understand why you have poor behavior, but it doesn't take away the fact that you hurt me, and there's consequences to the way that you treat me. And you can't just keep treating me this way and think I'm going to constantly like open my heart for you and let you just drop kick it and break it on the ground. You know, you have to learn to discern when to use that empathy and when to have empathy and when you can share that versus when you just give it away to everybody and it's everyone's excuse to treat you poorly, you know. But also to have empathy for yourself too, because there's reasons why we allow people to treat us this way, and it comes from a fear or a belief system that makes us feel like, you know, we're not good enough, or we don't deserve, or there's a fear of being alone, you know, or that it's too late in life, you know, whatever the fear is that's holding you back. We have knowledge. You are being called to explore new ideas and to seek knowledge that resonates with your soul's truth. This is a time of intellectual and spiritual awakening. Nice, okay. So with the knowledge coming out and the empathy, it's also telling you to question, you know, to always be more discerning, to question people's actions and motives, and to speak up and to acknowledge when somebody is, you know, crossing that line and crossing that boundary. This also shows your inner child that they're not going to allow somebody to walk all over them or to treat them like, you know, it doesn't matter if they have hurt feelings, or that your feelings don't matter, right? Because people who are like that, that's how they make you feel, is that it doesn't matter what I say and do. You know, you're just going to keep tolerating it because you'll just forgive me later. You know, this is now, your guidance is to take your power back, to empower yourself, to set those healthy boundaries, to be more discerning on who's allowed to be in your life. The more that you love yourself, the more that you stand up for yourself and value yourself, you will treat people how to treat you, and you will align to people who value you and respect you, because you have that respect for yourself, okay? Because you deserve happiness, you deserve this happy family. This is what you're being asked to focus on, and know that you are in an alignment with those types of people to come into your life, you know, if it's romance or if it's family. I truly feel that it's, you know, you're looking for your soulmate, you're looking for that person to value you, and it comes from within first. The more you do that for you, then you will align to somebody to do that for, you know, in the relationship with this other individual, okay? But have hope, trust yourself, listen to those intuitions, listen to your wisdom, see through the lies and the manipulation, set those healthy boundaries for yourself, and you will align to this partner that you're looking for. All right, pile number 2, these were your messages from the Lionsgate portal. Thank you all so much for being here in the temple with me today. If you like my readings, please like and subscribe to my channel. Comment below if you feel like sharing your story, or let me know how this reading resonated with you. I'm sending y'all lots of love. Y'all take care and have a blessed day. Hi, pile number 3. Welcome to your reading. You guys were drawn to the field mouse with the tiger eye. And you know what's so cool is this one is like a blue tiger eye, and the colors on this card here just reflected in this crystal. It's so pretty, and I love when that happens. Your card says success. Believe in yourself and dare to dream big. And we have the tiger eye, you know, and this one's about focus and courage and success and confidence. You know, keep your eye on the prize, I just heard. field mouse. And look, he's like eating the wheat. So I feel like there's a harvest that's coming in for you, pile number 3. Let's see. Let's get a couple oracle cards. Ooh, almost dropped them. Dare to dream big, pile number 3. Let's get a couple cards for you guys. Some kind of success. Okay. Top of the 3, you guys always get the most cards. Lots of information coming through this portal for you. All right, let's stop here. Let's see what we have. We have deceit. Envy. Wow. And woman holding your coin. Ooh, okay. We have a 7, a 2, and a 6. Okay, so I feel like there may be, believe in yourself and dare to dream big. Deceit. All right, so pile number 3 with you. I feel like there's somebody, an individual in your life who is just, they're not too, too thrilled with your abundance. Like, I feel like you got some people in your life who don't want to see you successful. I feel like they may be trying to manipulate you with in some kind of way. With the deceit, and we have this envy, and she's pulling the card back and revealing like this golden brick road with the castle in the background, and then we have this woman holding a coin. So is there somebody in your life who's trying to manipulate you with their money? They're trying to glamour you with their funds so that you don't see the truth of a situation. Or trying to success. Somebody's not being upfront. I feel like there may be somebody who is jealous of your success and they're not vocalizing it, or they're around you. They're trying to deceive you with their lies, with their intentions, because maybe I feel like they compare themselves to you. They compare their worth. Let me see what else we have. Seated angel flying. 6, 2, and what else? The heart chakra. Yeah, there's somebody who's very jealous of your success. They're jealous of your heart, the way that you love, even your finances, perhaps even your ability to secure your finances. Even maybe the way that you live your life, you know, your home. Somebody who's just very jealous of your life in general and who you are. There's somebody here. They don't have the best intentions. Oh my goodness. Okay, yes. You have such a big, beautiful heart. I feel like you're very successful. Even your home is very nice. And there's some people who you know, everybody's got some haters and stuff like this. And this can also be like, you know, the dark forces, because this person's in very much in what looks like like a cloak or a robe or something. Yeah, and he's holding like coins and cards in his hands. Yeah, this person's not very forthcoming with their intentions in your life. And you may be very much aware of this person already. Like, I feel like some of you definitely know who this person is. You feel it in your gut when you're around them. Your alarms go off. Because you have a strong connection with who you are, and you have this strong connection with the higher realm. So, just people are, you know, I'm not sure if this is one individual. I'm kind of getting the feeling that there's a couple people here, yeah, who don't want to see you successful, and they are jealous of, you know, the level of success that you have. Like I said, I feel like you have a nice home, you have people who surround you, who care about you, you have a strong connection to who you are, to your worth and your value. Very strong and balanced in your heart. You have the swan with grace. You're a very graceful person, and perhaps even your relationships. They just, you know, which is so sad, because, you know, it's not like you've done anything wrong or anything like this. This person just has low self-esteem and low self-worth, and they don't know how you have achieved the level of success that you have and the amount of happiness that you have. And so when people have that, it can definitely trigger other people, right? When somebody's happy, which is so sad, it can trigger other people who aren't happy, you know? Like, oh, well, and there's this assumption that maybe you've had this easy life and that things have just, you know, fallen onto your plate and you've been so blessed, you know, and that you haven't had to work hard for things, you know, and there's this false perception. And without even getting to know you, there is that, you know, judgment placed on you, right? Where people, you know, they will make up their own story to rationalize things away, because they don't want to think that you can, you know, go through some hard things in life and still be a kind person, to still be a happy person, still have worked hard to achieve the level of success that you have, you know. And a lot of people want to believe that, you know, you haven't put that work in, because maybe that work seems very hard for them. And so for somebody like you, and they perceive you to be somebody who's weak, who's somebody who's, you know, small and frail or insignificant in some way, that you don't deserve to have what you have, that maybe you yourself are deceitful in the ways that you have accomplished your goals or achieved this level of set, you know, of this level of, you know, abundance, or this level of happiness and success. Some people just don't want to see other people succeed, and they've always got to create some kind of hate story surrounding you, and it comes from a place of jealousy, you know, but it's not the truth. And here's the thing: stay centered in who you are and who you know yourself to be, because you are this beautiful, wise, regal person who has a strong, solid foundation with who they are and a strong connection to the divine, right? Your heart chakra is very open, you're very loving, you're very kind, and just because you are, it doesn't mean that you're weak and you're fragile, right? It takes a lot of strength to have gone through everything that you have been through and still have a kind heart, because this world is not, it's not all, you know, all that glitters is gold. They tell us all these stories, or that you can retire and you can have these beautiful homes and these white picket fences, you know, and then when you're at a certain age, you can go, you know, off on these vacations and go on all these cruises and stuff, and that's not the case, you know. At least for majority of people, that is not the case. So, yeah, the world is what we make of it, you know, and I feel like you have a strong connection to the physical realm as well as the spiritual realm. Like you're able to bring your ideas to fruition and to bring them to harvest and to bring them to success. And so there's a lot of envy over that. Your swan says, Grace, you who glides across the waters of my soul, bring me your wisdom and light. Help me transform into elegance and grace. Inspire me with dignity and the spirit of beauty. Beautiful. Yeah, see, there's you yourself. It appears that everything has been handed to you, right? That you haven't had to work for things in your life, that you just kind of glide through life and everything's been easy peasy, and that's not the truth. You know, you have been through some hard times and you've been through the struggles, and that's where your wisdom comes from. And you have this strong belief in yourself because of all the obstacles that you've overcome. Yeah, look at that. The ram and perseverance. You have many gifts. No problem can withstand the power of your mind. With patience, you can reach your mountaintop, never give up, and good luck will follow. Yeah, you're a very determined person, you know, and you keep going. You keep persevering. You keep overcoming those obstacles and adversities, you know. Think of like a mouse. They have, you know, so many enemies who want to, you know, because they're so small and they're so fragile, and you know they got to be quick and they're seen as these, you know, meek small creatures, you know, but they're very like wise, and they're very quick to adapt, and they know what is it, there's a saying, I can't remember the saying now, it just flew out of my mind. I think is it the meek will inherit the earth, those that are kind of heart and, you know, understand that life is full of challenges, but it also has many blessings. You are that person. We have the ocean whale with adventure, dare to do things differently, sing your wild song, manifest your travel dreams, attempt the great journey with confidence, be loyal. Friends and families are your treasures. Be brave. You are more powerful than you know. Okay. Dare to do things differently. Yeah. You keep going even when others turn around, when others can't. And that's why there's this envy, because you push through. You follow your heart. You continue to fight the good fight, you know, and you listen to your intuition. You know that you are divinely guided. You're always looking up. You're always looking for the lesson, the bright side, the inspiration, the guidance. Whereas most people, you know, they couldn't keep going. They didn't have your perseverance. They didn't have your determination. We have snow leopard with self-reliance. You are strongly independent and often solitary. Integrity is important for your best outcome. Cloak yourself with invisibility and walk with the shamans. Use your intuition and let your life unfold in silent perfection. Ooh, nice. Yeah, see this? You're very regal. You're very self-reliant. You don't look to others for approval, because you don't need it. You don't need their approval. The other person's approval that you need is yours, your own approval. Am I doing the right thing? Am I following my heart, or am I listening to my guidance? You know, when you ask the questions, you listen. You're open to receiving guidance, and you have been guided. And your guides are telling you that you are to keep your head high and to keep going forward and to keep following your heart, remain true to yourself. We have this adventure here. Keep going forward. Dream big. Believe in yourself. Okay? Rely on your own sense of self, your own worth, your own confidence. And we have Horse with freedom. Your heart is pure and free. A greater purpose calls you. You have unlimited reserves of stamina and strength. You follow the winds of change and accomplish your dreams. So we're in the year of the fire horse. Yes. You're here to free yourself and to keep going no matter what. You know, whatever's trying to deceive you or prevent you from knowing your worth and your value, nothing can deter you from freeing yourself. See, and it's like, I feel like this is the world programming, you know, that you're only successful by the amount of money that you have, by the, you know, what makes you truly happy or what makes us feel successful. And for me, success is happiness, you know, and freeing ourselves from the things that don't make us feel happy, but you know, living a life that we want to create and freeing yourself from any of these old manipulations, these old, you know, strategies to deceive us on this is what we want. You want to live like this. This is what it should look like. You know, this is what you need to look like. You need to have this amount of money. You need to have this type of car, this type of clothes, you know, living in this type of environment, you know, having those labels and all those kinds of things. And that is what the illusion that they try to sell us. But it's not true happiness. It's not based on truth, you know. It's based on glamour, because you're always wanting more. You're always wanting something new. You have Gabriel with divine emergence. It's time to be seen. Don't be afraid of your power and your gifts. There we go. Do not be afraid to be seen. Stand in your light. Stand in your worth. Stand in your divinity. Speak your truth. Remain true to yourself. Pile number 3. Stay balanced. We have Orion with manifestation vortex. Focus your energy with unwavering faith to manifest the outcome that you require. Nice. Okay. Keep focusing on what it is that you're trying to create, what the life that you want to be living, what you want to be doing. You have a lot of gifts that you're meant to share with others. You have a strong, powerful mind. You're a very graceful person. You have a lot of wisdom. You easily go with the flow. You follow your heart. I feel like you're somebody who has a lot of, you have a strong moral compass. You believe in doing what's right. You're very independent. You're not afraid to go against the current of everyone else, to stand up for your beliefs. Yeah, you have that strong, solid connection to yourself. With the manifestation, vortex, and divine emergence, I feel like there's something that's going to be coming in on the path. This is that harvest that's coming in. So this is taking us back to that harvest. You're going to be grounding something in here. Something that you've been focusing on, something you've been trying to ground. This could also be your divine self, your higher self, coming into the body, into that full manifestation, and anchoring into your heart. Solid connection, masculine and feminine energy. What else? So we have amethyst with metamorphosis. You are in a vortex of deep transformation. Surrender to the process that's unfolding. Ooh. Okay. New message coming through. Some of you, this is what you have been, this is the harvest, okay? You're no longer going to be manipulated and deceived by, you know, other people or by the false programming here. So you're letting go of the illusions that this is what success, this is what love, this is what abundance looks like. And you're stepping into becoming your own, like, creator. Freeing yourself from, you know, the matrix, and learning to be more conscious of what you want to create for yourself and in your life. Amethyst is also a very spiritual stone. It helps us with healing. It also helps us connect to the violet flame. That might be something that you want to work in. We have this beautiful rainbow here. So there's a cleansing, a purification, the separation from the wheat and the shaft. Is it shaft? Shaft. Chaff. Y'all know the word. What to bring forward. This is the wisdom I've attained from this experience here. So activations for your gifts. Continue to shine your light. You have Lady Portia coming through with karmic release, overcoming limitations, let go of the need to be right. Okay, yes, you're going through a cleansing and a purification with this Lion's Gate here. You're purifying any of those old wounds, those old illusions of the programming, societal programming, generational programming. And you're becoming more aware and more of your own programmer, right? Our parents become, and our parents, society, our parents' parents, you know, the generational societal norms, those are all the programmings, right? This is the expectations of how you're supposed to function according to society or within that family. And they program us with their beliefs, and it's just something that we adopt as children as our truth, but it's not really our truth. It was our parents' truth or our grandparents' truth at the time that they were growing up, but it no longer resonates with this decade, you know, and with us as souls now. We're evolving, we're growing, we're returning to our divine selves, and it doesn't resonate with our heart. So there's a lot of healing, there's a lot of cleansing, there's a lot of, you know, purifying our minds and our hearts, you know, our emotional body, our pain body. All of that's taking place. So that is you're going to be going through a process of purification, and sometimes those are not, you know, the most enjoyable, because sometimes there are memories that come to the surface, you know, of people in our lives that have hurt us, or experiences that we're still holding on to pain, you know, our senses of betrayal or injustice even, that come up to the surface for us to process and to analyze and to heal, to give truth to, you know, to bring our love into those moments so that we can bring the divine into those situations and overcome them. And it can be a little bit heavy at times. So make sure that you love yourself, you spend time with yourself, you give yourself grace, you give yourself compassion, so that you can free yourselves from these limiting belief systems that keep you stuck in these old energies. You know, perhaps it's been very hard for you, and perhaps you've struggled your whole life trying to make ends meet, and other people, it appeared like they just had it so easy, and it's been so hard for you. And where they try to trick us and deceive us and making it look like, oh, you just got to hustle for this, and you can earn this if you just constantly work, hustle, that you can have, you know, this beautiful lifestyle. And that's not the truth, because we're all not given those opportunities, you know, and there's plenty of people who hustle every single day, and they're still not receiving that distribution of funds, you know, because the system is broken. The system isn't set up that way. And these are all illusions. It's not the truth. Because the reason why we believe it's hard to earn money. We believe that we have to hustle, 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 and keep working and keep doing in order to receive. And that's not the truth. Because there's plenty of people who work and, you know, they're still having a hard time getting their ends meet, right? So it's a lie. It's all a lie to get us to, you know, be in the workforce and to work for these big corporations just to get little crumbs. You know, we're not really having a sustainable life where we're happy, where things just seem to be peaceful and calm, right? We have to constantly work hard. We have to constantly put in all this work and this effort to achieve this illusion that they try to serve all of us, but it's just an illusion. It has no substance. There's no reality to it. And that's where our discernment, where we have to go within and create our own reality. We have to free ourselves from these illusions that this is what life's supposed to look like and this is how it's supposed to be, and create that belief system for ourselves. What does true happiness feel like for you? What does true success look like to you? You know, and look in your life where you have achieved that already and focus on that and getting more of that, and that will free you from these illusions, free you from feeling like you don't deserve to have, or that you're not worthy enough to receive, and then giving yourself that love. Oh, I love it. You have Jesus, acts of service. When you serve, the universe serves you. Okay. Divine emergence, manifestation vortex, metamorphosis, overcoming limitations, and acts of service. And when you free yourself, this will be how you teach other people. You will then become somebody who helps empower others to create the life of their dreams, how to separate illusion from truth, how to separate their belief systems from the societal beliefs, from the illusions of, you know, this is what life is, because it's a lie. It is not that way. There's a lot of things that we're sold that it doesn't work out for a majority of the people that I know and that I have met. It's all about discerning your truth and what do you believe, what are your values, what makes you feel safe, what makes you feel grounded, what makes you feel loved, what makes you feel happy, you know, going within and learning more about yourself, the deeper version of yourself. This is the adventure, you know, and dare to do things differently, but be loyal to yourself. Pile number 3, loyal to the path, stay committed, continue pressing on and persevering, following your heart with this beautiful snow leopard here, you know. Know that you are worthy, that you walk with shamans, right? Shamans, divine healers. You are here to bring healing. Oh, yes, 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 yes. Let me get a few more angel cards here. Okay, we have love. It is your true purpose to love and to be loved. For love is the divine force that connects all of creation. Whether you are seeking love or nurturing it, remember that it begins from within yourself. Yes, developing that strong connection with who you are, learning to love yourself. No matter what other people think, no matter what other people say, be determined to free yourself from any of those, you know, self-defeating beliefs and limitations. Believe in yourself, believe in your worthiness. Because a lot of people see that you have it, whether you recognize it or not, other people perceive you that way. But it doesn't mean that's your truth. That's their work to do on themselves, you know, and a lot of people will project that onto you. But you don't gotta take that. Shine your light. Be that inspiration. We have free will. Look at the beautiful colors. Look at all these wings. You are a sovereign being, fully capable of directing your life with intention and clarity. The divine respects your power to choose, offering guidance but never interference. You hear that? Beautiful. Free yourself from these limiting beliefs that say that this is what it needs to look like. This is what you need to look like. This is how your life should be. Blah, 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 blah. You got to cross off all these boxes in order to fit in, right? Or in order for you to be successful and happy. You have the right to choose, you know, for yourself. That's where your sovereignty comes in, is you make that conscious choice to create the life of your dreams, to live the life that you want to live. We were all blessed with our free will to make a conscious choice. Choose your heart. Choose what lights you up, what makes you feel good. You know, I'm not saying go around and hurt anybody because it makes you feel good, because I truly don't think that makes you feel good. But it's following that heart, following your wisdom that comes in, setting those healthy boundaries for yourself, remaining true to your authentic self. And the divine respects you. Well, the divine is going to back you up on this. I mean, you have Gabriel, the communicator, being truly authentic to yourself. And we have restraint. Clear your heart and mind before making important decisions. Acting hastily from negative states can lead to regretful actions. Yes. Restrain. Yes. Restrain yourself from like retaliation or from, you know, reacting. You want to respond, right? Because when we react, we're just kind of like going tit for tat, and we're being reactive, and which can be a fiery, aggressive energy, which sometimes we definitely need to apply, especially when someone's disrespecting us or somebody's trying to inflict pain. By all means, there's a time to use that energy, but we want to make sure that we're acting from a clear-headed point of view before we respond to somebody's, you know, words or somebody's projections. You know, you never want to be match the energy, you know what I mean? If somebody's throwing like shade and they're throwing, you know, accusations and stuff at you, like the more calmful and peaceful that you can be in response to somebody's projection, the more it that energy dissipates, you know what I mean? It's not something that keeps going back and being thrown around and amplifying. You neutralize it, right? And it ends up making the other person kind of look ridiculous and over the top because they don't know how to control their actions. You know, they don't know how to control their voice, their words. And so they come off attacking. They come off, you know, insecure. They also come off very, what is the word? Immature. You know what I mean? Versus somebody who is like level-headed and very calm, very self-assured, and you come and you respond to their harsh, you know, words or energy, you end up neutralizing that energy and coming out on top and being more respected and more looked up to than this other individual who wants to come at you with lies or, you know, that low vibrational energy. You rise above that. And you have the power to do so. We have activation. Your divine blueprint is being activated, awakening dormant potentials and spiritual gifts. What was hidden is now rising into conscious embodiment, allowing you to fulfill a higher purpose. Ooh, okay, so we have this activation coming out over the Jesus acts of service. There, part of your manifestation that's coming in is your divine blueprint, your Christ consciousness, your crystalline blueprint, thank you, is being activated here. So you're going to be receiving downloads and guidance on your spiritual gifts here. When to take action. How to use your gifts and what your purpose is. Wow. And we have enemy. Be careful who you share your energy with, for you live in a world with both darkness and light. Okay, so you are like here to shine light. You're here to be a this seated angel flying. You are a divine being. Some of you are angels that are here that have incarnated to bring your love, to bring your light, to bring your gentleness, to bring your grace, to be of service, to help heal these energies here on the planet. And that's why other people may be a little envious of your light, of your heart, you know, where they think things may have been easy for you because you are so kind and you are so gentle. And so there's this appearance of being weak, but it is your strength because you've been through so much and you still have you still share your heart. You're still kind. You still shine a light. You still offer your love. You're very graceful. You're very kind. You're very empathetic, very loving. And for others, it has been, you know, equally hard, but maybe it's made them a little bitter, you know. But don't let that deter you from standing in your strength and your right to receiving your miracles, to receiving your abundance, to receiving your harvest, to receiving your divine activation here. I feel like some of you are about to receive like your purpose, your mission, what you're here to be utilizing those gifts for, you know, and activating some of your hidden gifts. So something may be coming online for you soon, a gift for you to use to help transform the darkness, how to shine your light brighter here in the world for others, to illuminate people, to help free people from the illusions that this world has been in for so long. You're here to, you know, restore the planet and to help others. Your light workers, starseeds, you know, whatever, angels, however you want to apply it. You're all light beings, and you're here to shine that light and to encourage and inspire others. So don't let anybody make you feel that you shouldn't shine your light. This is who you are, and this is part of your mission, okay? All right, pile number 3, I'm going to close your reading here. Thank you all so much for being in the temple with me today. Thank you all for joining me in the temple. Oh, I just said that. Please like and subscribe to my channel if you like my readings. Comment below if you feel like sharing your story. I'd love to hear from you all. Wishing you guys so much love. Take care and have a blessed day.